Better not swipe me. Hi, welcome back to Overtime Chatter. I'm here to recap The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 12, Episode 13, Slanted. I guess is what it's called. But anyway, it's their last trip in Ireland. Okay, we start the scene off with Teresa's bachelorette party. And they're leaving. And Melissa had a little bit to drink. She didn't drink so much today. She leaving out with the wine glass from the restaurant. So anyway, they all headed back to the castle. They're talking about how they're gonna set this party off, and it's party time, and so on and so on and so on. But then when he paying back again and look at them riding in the van and get back to the castle, they all asses asleep and snoring. Before they go to sleep though, I don't know why Melissa said this, but she said she might drunk call her ex. And Teresa kind of heard that. That probably wasn't a good thing to say, but Teresa did recognize that her sister-in-law was drunk. Um, it's the next day. Everybody arrives home. They're going to lay down, go to bed or whatever. And they arrive home to the castle. And the next thing you see, the ladies getting ready, sitting at the table, getting ready to have breakfast because they get ready to go to a hen party. The bachelorette party in Ireland, I guess, is considered a hen party. Um, and they're expecting, and Dolores is expecting Paul's mama, sister, and her and his niece or somebody to come visit Dolores while she's in Ireland. So they're waiting for her to show up while they're having breakfast. And Dolores got a chance to meet his family when they came to the States for Christmas. So, you do the type of shit when you dating, I guess, see each other, everybody, family, whatever. So anyway, the ladies downstairs at the table, and then somebody asked, I think it's Jim Fessler asked, is the Booger Wolf down? Anybody seen the Booger Wolf? And everybody started laughing because, it's a dumb shit that Jennifer Aiden came up with for Margaret. Okay, so the ladies get dressed for the hen party. And there's not going to be no strippers. They're going to a farm. First game they run it, I think I want to say their host for that, the farm name is Peter. I want to say his name is Peter. And the first game they play is called Catch the Cock. And you're supposed to get in the cage and catch the cock and rub it. And when you rub it, it's supposed to bring you good luck. So they go on as pairs, and Teresa picks Melissa, which is surprising to me. Well, really not, because it's a cock. Maybe if it was like to get a diamond or some shit, I don't think she would have picked her. Okay, and from there they move to another area where the ladies can paint. Everybody get a chance. Whoever want to catch the cock, catch the cock. Then the next activity is they go to paint a scene about Teresa's life. So they walk into this big place that's a wall, like a big canvas. And each lady gets to paint in a section, and they get to paint something important and exciting. And you see Teresa start crying because she said, please don't paint no bar. She's just so hell bent on not acting like she ain't go to jail, and she went to jail. So anyway, they said they're not going to paint bars, only happy memories. So the first painting is of Melissa, and she paints a portrait of the flag from where they come from in Italy, and the Joe's parents and her and Joe and Teresa, and she started crying, and Teresa come and hug her, and they kind of like do a bullshit ass makeup, and they tell each other that they love her. Um, but let me go back at the table when we was at before they left to go when Paul mother show up, everybody likes Paul mom. She nice and the sister. And she hugs, she a little old thing, and she has character and all that type of shit. So the sister is thanking the Lord for taking care of her brother, and it makes the other Danielle, the one that ain't so bougie, that say she bougie, it make her cry, because it makes her think of her and her brother, whatever the fuck. So let's get back to this paint. So let's do painting her. Um, Why why Paul's mother was there, Dolores gave the mother a calendar that all the men made. I thought that was cute. And everybody liked Paul's mom and the sister, so that was cool. So they ain't make no jail pictures for Teresa, but the worst picture to me was the one that Jennifer Aiden did, and that's the one where Teresa flipped the table off. And that's not. She probably was cool with it back 10 years ago or so, but she didn't look like she was very comfortable. Actually, I think she said that was the picture that she hated the most, the drawing that she hated the most. Everybody included pictures of her and her kids. They did like somebody did something about her cookbook being number one, and it made stuff that made her feel good. I guess while they was painting, she had to go somewhere else. So the guy could tell, Peter told her she was sad. So it was so funny. He bought her the cutest little puppy. He said puppies always make people happy. So she had something to do while they was painting. Um, so anyway, it made Teresa try to feel the type of way. So after everybody explained their pain, Teresa got up and thanked everybody. But the way she thanked them, I don't know the end. She was like, maybe when we was back at the house and Paul's mama was talking at the table about, oh, Dolores, how Dolores called her hussy, and then Teresa was like, maybe you misunderstood how me and my family would talk to each other. And Melissa's like, what the fuck is you talking about? Why are you even talking about this type of shit when we're trying to move past stuff? So anyway, then Teresa says, I really do. I want you in my wedding. And she said, you and the kids, that make it complete. Then Jennifer Aiden screams out, all of them? And then, it wasn't sincere. It was just some more Teresa bullshit. I'm so glad when she get married so I can have stop listening about this goddamn wedding. So anyway, while they eating lunch, so anyway, they go to lunch after that. It's everybody saying they no hard feelings. And when they go to lunch, they say they're going to have their last dinner. It's going to be in the castle for the night. And they eat lunch, and Teresa lets everybody know that she invited Bill to be in the wedding. Oh my God, Teresa's so full of bullshit. She's saying stuff like, oh, because we have family now, and I have a family. Just taking all kinds of. I don't even think she thinks she's taking digs. She's just running her mouth because that's how she feel. I don't even think she's aware of what she's doing. So anyway, Bill was gonna be in the wedding, and so from there Danielle starts crying at the table again. She crying about the same shit about her and her brother, and she says she crying, but I know you and your brother ain't getting along, but at least you're always talking. So I'm about sick of hearing that shit. And so anyway, she get back. She been having a hard time this whole meeting. And anyway, they bring the lunch out, and the lunch do look good. They shit wish they would have covered it up. They at the farm pushing that shit. I don't see no covers or nothing on. They just brought it out of the refrigerator and put it on the damn plate. So anyway, they having lunch and they enjoying themselves, and she start crying, but she don't leave from the table. And from there, um, they have the lunch, and everybody just kind of like ready to go. But before they go to the spa, and the spa is this big ass mud hole from the dirt. You just jump in there, so all the ladies are there. And again, Teresa and Melissa holding hands, and they jump in this. It's called a pog. It's a mud spa, and they rubbing it all on their face and stuff. Of them and the women. So anyway, they get together, they get dressed. Anyway, they do the pog. They get them back on the thing. They get back on it. They do the pog. They get in the spa shit. Everybody participate, and then they get back on the van to go home. And then they start getting ready for the night because that's when they're gonna have their dinner. So everybody going back home, getting ready, and as they get dressed, you see Margaret looks terrible. What she got on? She called Joe outside, letting him see a picture of the castle. And you see Rachel dressed. It looked nice. And Danielle, her shit looked ugly, like she got on some old hobo shit. Jen looked lost. She looked uncomfortable. I don't like that dress. Melissa, I got she could look okay. She looked disco-y. She got like on a disco looking like jumper. Mark got on a black dress. It's alright. She like she going to a funeral though. Okay, so while the ladies getting ready, they calling home. Teresa's Melissa talking about Teresa. Danielle talking about everybody to her husband, how they being mean to her and ruin her trip, but she not gonna let them ruin her trip. They treat her so bad, and they this and that. I'm so tired of her feeling like she's such the victim. Okay, but back home though, the boys is playing some real shit. They get ready to meet over at Joe's house, I want to say, and we're at Margaret's house, and they're gonna be smoking weed and drinking drinks because Frankie is into, I think, into the medicinal business now of weed. So they they about to partake in some of that. Okay, so anyway, I'd rather go to the men because the ladies at the table, they have no whiskey tasting thing. They're always fucking drinking. So anyway, and the men too. So anyway, when they get there, I think Joe Gorga said he don't get high, but Frankie gave him a Frank gave him a shotgun, which is I don't think I would do that. I've been uncomfortable. That was a man, and they all just sitting around getting high, and everything going good until one of them say, "Hey, why your wife called my wife a rat?" And then everybody just look crazy. But weirdly enough, they worked that shit out and it's over with. It's like they still talking about this rat shit. 3 ceremonies down, and they brought the men brought it up one time. It's over with. So that made me feel good. I'm glad. It was funny that Joe was getting ready to start talking about shit about Teresa, but he got high. So he got a context, so he can't remember what he's saying no more. So I thought that was fun. And like I said, the ladies is tasting wine, and as usual, Jen drunk, and Danielle's complaining. What? And Danielle's complaining that guy, and then so is Margaret. They still talking about that same shit. And then Danielle screams across the table at Raquel's like, "Oh, you call me a rat?" And Margaret tells Margaret to calm down and tells Teresa and Jen. And then Melissa, she piped in because she said, why they giving so much energy to Danielle when they should get mad with the shit where it came from? When Melissa said she should get angry at where she originated from, which was Teresa and Jen. That's who Margaret and them should be upset with because they was talking about her and they're supposed to be her friend. And then they have to, you know, and then Danielle trying her hardest not to tell that shit that she know about Melissa that's in Margaret's arsenal. And Jen is over there sitting next to her about to shit herself because she don't want Danielle to tell the secret that she know about Melissa's husband. So she's trying not even look over there. She ain't even looking over there where she at. She holding her head down. She doing all kinds of stuff. And then it pans back to the men. I'm telling you, if I had to party with somebody, I'm a Sheena. I'm not, no, well, I've been in disputes. Well, anyway, I'm a Sheena. I want to hang with the dudes. Them niggas got weed. They got drink. They sitting around laughing. They don't like that shit they do, like touching each other and giving me a shotgun. I don't want no woman to give me no shotgun. You know, I'm just saying, like, oh, I'm real funny about shit like that. I don't care what other people do, but I don't want no woman to give me no shotgun. A man can give it to me, but I don't want a woman to. The only way a woman could do is if we was out of weed, and that was the last of it. And I might. And then I had to be the one to get it because I'm going to get the fucking smoke. So anyway, when they turned around and had a fucking food truck that served anything, hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, french fries, man, what you said. Bill got some good advice. He told Joe, you need to smoke this weed, then go talk to your sister. All your inhibitions be let down. Tell it, Bill. Tell it, Bill. I don't know if I let Bill operate on my face and shit, though. I know he like to get drunk and smoke weed, too. Oh. So, anyway, again, I'm still sick of the Danielle that's supposed to be bougie and ain't bougie. She has not worn nothing. I do like her hair looks good when she wear her hair in the bun. I do like that, but I don't think she dressed all that hot. And she don't need to go nowhere. This is my husband, this is my thing, and my thing, and my thing. Well, say your thing at the house then. Cause you fucking always crying. And there was another real kind of sticky part too is when Bill, somebody told Joe that Bill was in the wedding and Bill said yeah. And then Joe was like, you just a replacement part. So, I'm in the wedding, motherfucker, and it's pissing you off. But you shouldn't be mad at Bill. Be mad at your sister. But Bill still, I think Bill only went the wedding because of Jen, to tell you the truth. And he do like Louis and he like Teresa. But I think he only really in it because of Jen. Because outside of that, I think he would say, I would rather just sit out of this one. And I mean, I would want to come to the wedding, but I think me being in the wedding just make it a little bit harder for you and your sister to get back to the get back. But he didn't say that. And I was wondering, I was getting ready to complain. I was like, when they was having a get together, I was like, why the fuck is Frank coming? His girlfriend is not in Ireland with them, but he coming because he got the weed. And like I said, I'd rather spend time with them. Well, hopefully, I'm thinking that it's next week. No, I think it's gonna be another day, another episode or two before we see the wedding. But um, I think the next episode is gonna be everybody scrambling to make sure they got their dresses and shit. It's going to be Bill trying to get his stuff together. It's going to be Frankie still crying about him losing his Bravo check because ain't no need for him. But he might could stay there because Paulie ass ain't never around. Paulie's so busy doing the other shit that I guess she need done, like the trimming and the fixing in the house, whatever it is that he do, he ain't never around. So Frankie, she might want to be nice to Frank. So anyway, with that, this is my last recap for till next week. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. If whoever clicks on this, I don't know if it'll even get clicked on. I'd appreciate it if you just said a little prayer for me because I'm having surgery in the morning, and like I said, it's surgery. It could be anything. My mother went to have her hand operated on in July of 2016. No, I'm sorry, in June of 2016. She's gonna get a 1-day outpatient surgery, and she never came home. So I'm not afraid of anything. I believe there's a God. I believe that I'm going to be with that God and that Jesus when I leave this place. So I'm not afraid of anything. But I still want to hang around for a little bit. I got a couple grandkids that I love. So if you just happen to stumble on this page and you get to listen to me for this 18 minutes and a few seconds, say a little prayer for me, please. The Overtime Chatter. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you're here with me. And maybe you're here today because you're supposed to say a little prayer for me. So thank you with that, and I hope to see you one day next week. Bye.